As families hit the road for summer vacations and those road trips, the time spent in the car is more than just a way to get from point A to point B. It's a prime opportunity to connect. Talking with your kids about anything can be a challenge, but when it comes to preventing substance abuse, that's a vital talk to have. And fortunately, our next guest has the tools to help you. We're joined this morning by Amy Embry. She's prevention manager of Lakeshore Regional Entity, which powers that website, TalkSooner.org, here to discuss the partnership between TalkSooner and the Michigan Department of Transportation and how all of us parents can use those travel moments. Good morning. Thanks for being here.
Good morning. Thank you.
So this is a tough talk to have, right? And I think we're going to talk a little bit later on about how it's not just a talk, but maybe numerous talks, and how that could be a very good tool to keep in your toolbox. But why is this summer travel an important opportunity to seize?
Well, it gives us a great opportunity to take those times when we have a captive audience with our children, right? And we can use the everyday moments as we're driving. The billboards that we see, we can start conversations. The songs that we're listening to in the car that may have substances in the lyrics. There's just so many rich moments for conversation starters with our children.
And I think most parents feel that they probably have a decent grasp on how to talk about substance abuse, but are just, they're scared. They're a little, not prepared maybe to have that talk. What can TalkSooner.org and that time in the car provide those parents with?
Yeah, so TalkSooner was really made to be a resource for parents for those conversations. We don't want them to be scary or difficult. We want them to feel natural, and you don't have to be an expert on every substance. Just having conversations, asking them, what are they seeing in school? What are they hearing? The billboards on the side of the roads, just using those opportunities and knowing there's no perfect question. There's no perfect conversation, and we want those to be ongoing.
The goal is just to have it, right? It's just to get that conversation started. So no, you don't have to be an expert on all these hard substances, all these drugs to have this talk. And of course, I keep saying this talk, and let's clear that up, because when I was growing up, a lot of times that's what it was. It was like, let's have the talk about this big thing. But I think research has shown that that's not really the best way to get through to those kids.
Absolutely, and we know starting those conversations younger. You have a 10-year-old, so we want those conversations to be happening starting when they're 8 and 10. So on TalkSooner.org, we have different tips and tricks based on the age of your kids. We focus on different substances that we know most commonly are used by kids.
Okay.
But what's great is all those tools and tricks work for every substance. So you're just building skills around substances in general.
Cool. So you don't have to be super specific, because there are things that apply to all of these things. Addiction is kind of a similar feel, depending, regardless of what's causing it. I love how you see these signs all the time on MDOT. I mean, you see the signs saying this many drunk drivers, or this partnership has been going on for years now. Speak to that.
It has been. It was a natural partnership. MDOT is, obviously worried about impaired driving. And our message is talking to kids and educating them before they're drivers. So it's a perfect partnership about how to talk to kids, how to start out when they're younger, before they're driving and on the roads.
And this is something that, thankfully, you've done all the hard work for. I mean, this website has all the research that's been done. And as you mentioned, spelled out by age group, by certain drug, by certain substance. All of those things are laid out for the parents to make it as simple as possible. So thank you for that. And here's the bad news, though. You're about probably giving some stats. Somebody watching right now is going to be like, my grandkid, my child, it's too soon for that. They're 9 years old. All right. Why would I have a talk with a 9-year-old?
Right. Well, it'll never happen in our family.
Right. Those types of things.
Right. Yeah. And we know, kids tell us they often have their first introduction to a substance. It can be as early as like 12 years old. So having those conversations earlier leads to making choices. But we also have videos on the website that talk about refusal skills. So just saying no isn't enough for kids to know. And we want to give parents the skills to practice, how are ways to get out of if you're in a sticky situation?
Right.
Like outside of just saying no, what other skills can they use?
That's amazing, yeah, because peer pressure is a real thing, right? And that's very hard for a lot of these kids. So not only does the website teach them how to say no, but what to do, how to get out of the situations, maybe even might describe a situation that they're in, because you guys have pretty much seen it all. Thank you for the work that you're doing. We want to make sure that anyone watching right now, listen, get that conversation started. Get talking points and get all the help you need at TalkSooner.org.